guys. Last, final game. It's going to be the game where it's the exhibition match played live, where the agent is no longer allowed to see the entire map at once and instead has to choose where to look at. Arguably might have less games overall in this mode. We'll have to take a look and see at the live match, where they've tried to make it a little bit less overpowered in its I can play seeing the whole map at once and play also at higher effective APM. Was it hacking? No, when I say the entire map, I mean its entire vision. So it would see a zoomed out view where it could see all of its own vision at the same time. That's what I mean, Apollo. Sorry. That sounded confusing, didn't it? Sounded confusing. So now we're going to have the best of one. A live show match where the agent can't see everything at once. So basically what happened is there was the Drugs Commission came in. They found not just traces of steroids. They found that 70% of the blood volume of AlphaStar was actually esports steroids. So they've said, you're off the steroids now, mate. You're only allowed to compete now. You've spent a year off the steroids. AlphaStar's like, oh, okay. I'm a little bit scrawnier than I used to be. But it's okay. It's got some new undetectable steroids. Can still play at an insanely high APM. So it can still micro really well, but it's going to be a little bit harder for it to choose the exact right areas to be looking at each time. Down here in the bottom right, let's see if this is more fair. It's AlphaStar. It's just going to be one map. And this one was played live on the broadcast. It was watched from MaNa's point of view because they didn't have it set up in a way where you could watch from its point of view live. You could only do replays. Up here in the top left, in the red, it's MaNa. I'm not sure if this agent had less training, iSlowme. I can't quite remember. You guys can go actually look up the VOD of the specific broadcast where they talk about it. It still would have had many, many, many years of endlessly playing StarCraft games because it can simulate it so quickly. Apparently it can play a whole year of games in less than 1 hour of it just running matches against itself. Apparently this agent still had 200 years. The one MaNa played before had 400 years. Okay. People in chat are saying apparently this one had only 400 years of play experience. Isn't that obscene? That's so cool, dude. So it did have half the training apparently. Obviously it's just a single agent. MaNa at this point has had way more practice. He's also, as this is played at a later date, he's had time to rethink and strategize. How do I identify what it's doing and how do I take advantage of it? And remember guys, what were the key points I pointed out earlier? I said it's not scouting for proxies or counterattacks. It doesn't leave a lot of defense at home and it's wide open to DTs. Not just that, but once it chooses a tech path, it sticks on it in a very pig-headed manner. It doesn't change it up and it just looks to commit to that composition and only will change if, say, it spots DTs attacking its stuff, it'll start putting down detection, which is obviously way too late. So it's not really scouting. It's looking to just get edges in engagements over and over again. And hopefully MaNa here comes in with a better plan. Because that's the thing, as a human, right? You got to recalibrate sometimes. Say, I got to get in the right mind space for playing against a robot. It plays differently to humans. And let's see exactly what he's got in store. AlphaStar here just defending, poking around with the store. Because Autumn Chloe rejoins the pigsty for the 6th month running. Welcome back, Autumn Chloe. Thank you very much for your support. Hope your ladder games have been going well. Excuse me. Stargate very early on this one for AlphaStar. Straight into a 4th pylon, and it is going to be going Oracle. He just chrono boosted an Oracle that while supply blocked. Ooh, AlphaStar. What? I would not expect a mistake like that. That's all right. It's like, nope. I chrono boost things that are supply blocked and it doesn't affect the win rate, so I'm not going to change it. Give it another few million years of games, it'll figure that one out. It's so fascinating because it can be so dumb about certain things while so genius about others. This time, Proxy Pylon, Hallucinated Phoenix coming around the edge for a scout. MaNa, 5 Stalkers into Robo, into the safest expand of all time, and he's also over-probing, playing it super safe. Doesn't want to give it an advantage. Doesn't want to let it poke forward and use that Stalker micro, which it's shown such power with. Its own Oracle coming across the map. His Stalkers are pretty well placed. His Sentry, though... Uh-oh, Sentry in the open. Ooh. Oh, it changes targets. It takes out the one that's warping in. Does take out both sentries, but loses the Oracle. Interesting maneuver. Not really sure who comes out on top. It's a better gas trade for AlphaStar, but not the end of the world. So remember, guys, in this version, AlphaStar can only look at one area at a time, and it seems to be going, oh, Stalker's at the front, Oracle's at the back, but the Observer spots it. MaNa's got time to prepare. Does he have the numbers, though? He's got a shield battery in the main. These probes are exposed, though. How many Stalkers we got? That's 5 Stalkers up against 5 and 2 sentries. Look at this. Two-pronged attack. Two-pronged attack. The Stalkers distract here at the front. MaNa trying to do some micro. Oracle hits the main, but the shield battery is ready. Now, does it know how to do the Oracle micro to get kills? Does it know how to do the Oracle micro to get extra attacks? It does not. It does not know how to use the Oracle correctly. There is a micro trick you can do there to finish those probes off. In fact, the Oracle was changing targets, and because of that, it didn't get a single kill. So that's interesting to see there. AlphaStar not knowing about the micro trick, which allows you to actually manually target that Oracle on the probe after the second hit. It gives it a free third hit if you do that quite right. This is something which was discovered very recently, and it allows you to still kill probes even while there's a shield battery. It knows how to do that, though. Ooh, Oracle's doing some good damage, but Derps comes back in, does lose one Oracle. Oh my god, a ton of kills though. 7 kills, 8 kills, 9, oh my god, so many workers going down. Force fields on the front, MaNa gonna try and punish. Says, at least I'll take a few of your Stalkers out for that one. But he is down. 13 workers. AlphaStar's just rallying Stalkers here. MaNa, though, he's going to come in with the shade. He commits. He grabs 1 probe, 2 probe. There's another Oracle diving towards his main base. Meanwhile, though, the Adept's doing big damage. I was talking about how it doesn't leave anything at home, and it does leave some openings. 1 Adept goes down, though, unfortunately. This Oracle here, not going to find anything. The defense is good this time. Meanwhile, MaNa here gets his 4th kill on this Adept, his 5th kill. The Oracle going to have to be used defensively, and look at that pylon on the left-hand side. He's realized it does not scout the edges of the map. None of the agents he faced previously did, and finally he's got that warp-in pylon. Now he's going to make a Stargate here and a Forge, which is an interesting decision. I believe he wants to make a single Phoenix to help hunt these Oracles when they're off in the dead space in the corners of the map. He's going to keep making Adepts to counterattack to try and equalize in this game, and he's adding his +1 weapons. MaNa is, yeah, good. I like this. Just keep counterattacking. It's a very quick third, though. AlphaStar is still up in economy. But what's its tech? It's going Twilight, adding extra gateways, and that's about it. It's stopped making Oracles at this point. It's got 3 of them. Looks like it's just going to go mass Blink Stalker. We saw how that was insanely good in that last game. Is it going to be as good, though, when it can only micro 1 screen at a time? As opposed to seeing all of its vision at once. Those Oracles are about to come in and hit MaNa's main. Oracles diving into the main base. They are going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're going to have to fly out of there. Meanwhile, this Adept in that main base, is it going to get any kills? MaNa looks like he's not watching. He's too busy trying to make sure he doesn't lose his whole economy, and doesn't get a lot of damage done there. He's still trailing by 9 workers. Still 2 Oracles alive. No more Oracles in production. Blink being chrono boosted. AlphaStar has a 3rd up. AlphaStar might be able to just drown MaNa in Blink Stalkers here. MaNa is got an Immortal. He's building a 2nd one. He's trying to stay safe. Only 3 Stalkers here. That's not enough to kill Oracles very quickly. Remember, this is not the current patch. This is the BlizzCon patch, so these are still light units. The Stalkers do not get that extra +3 damage to them. And as a result, we are, of course... sorry, +5 damage. We are, of course, seeing those Oracles do eventually go down, but only after bringing it up to a total of 21 workers killed, leading 58 probes to 41. How do you ever secure a 3rd as MaNa here? I do not know. He's going to go for Charge Lot, Archon, Immortal, getting his 3rd gateway now, but he's really stuck on 2 bases. He's going to try to equalize with a double prism drop. With Blink almost done, this is an incredibly risky maneuver, and he's got to know it. Stalker's warping and gets shot down immediately. He's even going to warp in a couple Zealots, decides against it, because his Observer does see the Stalkers coming from the left-hand side. He gets out of there. Those Stalkers can blink to about there, so he knows he's got to leave. MaNa going to pull back. Great call by MaNa. Does a little bit of damage. He's adding his gateway count. Looks like a 2-base Charge Lot Archon Immortal build-up. He's so far behind in economy, though, that even, securing a 3rd, it's going to be a long way back into this game. He's got way better upgrades, though. +2 on the way against no upgrades for AlphaStar. The Immortals drop back in. And these Stalkers not in position again. They also don't seem to know how to blink up there into the main. Really, blink could be used a lot better to deal with this. Does even more damage. And that unit's lost looking a lot better for MaNa now after that second wave of drop. AlphaStar there did kind of veer this Oracle off to the side. It started building more Oracles. It says, let's keep running Oracles into Mineral Lions, which, let's be real, is actually a pretty good way of playing. And this cannon in the main base there, it's going to start to try and defend. But, uh-oh, Stalkers are here, Stalkers are here, Stalkers are here. They're close. Oh, they've already used their blink, actually, to get that far. MaNa even picks off a Stalker before getting out of there. Ballsy play from MaNa. More and more Oracles on the way. A single Phoenix would shut this down. But AlphaStar here is like, derp, let's leave me main undefended again. Split 7 Stalkers off, dude. Come on. The Observer sees him leave, and MaNa just waltzes back in. Meanwhile, the Immortal Chancellor Archon army is building up. Even though MaNa's only on 2 bases, if these Immortals keep doing this damage, his army will still be able to match AlphaStar's. Remember, AlphaStar's building a shit composition, guys. It's just mass Blink Stalker, which is good if you can crazy out micro your opponent like we saw in previous games, but like, when there's charge lots and Immortals just in raw combat, in a protracted battle, the Stalkers will lose out. If the Stalkers can force small skirmishes, disengage, re-engage, allow their shields to regen, that's where the Stalkers will shut this down. The Oracles here having a bit of a spaz. AlphaStar is like, syntax mother trucking error, mate. How do I get to this Warp Prism? Let's build more Oracles. It can't figure out what it's supposed to do. It's like, this is such a big threat. How do I deal with this, man? It's trying to blink to catch it. It doesn't seem to understand. It can't do that. And now MaNa's army's like, hey, boys, you want to fight? The Stalkers are like, oh, crap, we can't take that engagement. Remember, AlphaStar loves to veer into the center of the map and attack armies from behind when it plays Mass Blink Stalker. But MaNa here rejoins the Prism. That's 7 Immortals. He's got more Archons warping in, more Zealots. This is a beast of an army. Meanwhile, +1 weapons is still not even done. It's +2 for these Immortals. They do a whopping 60 damage a shot to armored units. Stalkers looking like they want a base trade. Oh, whoa, they're really way out of position. They need to base trade, and that would not be a bad idea since there are so many more bases up. These probes trying to mineral walk out of there. They're getting massacred. Oh my gosh, and it looks like AlphaGo, it can't make up its mind. It's thinking about counterattacking. It's bugging out. It's running back and forwards. Some Stalkers are trying to defend. The rest are like, where are the reinforcements? They're coming out of the Prism, dude. It looked like it was trying to pick off reinforcements there, but they're all with the Warp Prism. Force Field traps a few Stalkers. MaNa here says it's time for revenge, buddy. Apparently you don't know how to deal with 2 Immortals in a Warp Prism because you were way ahead in this game. Its Oracle Harass was awesome. It's going to come in now. Stalkers from all sides. Good Prism micro. Oh, the Immortals on the right-hand side. That's a lot of Oracles, but Archons tanking a ton of that damage. And charge lots on both sides doing very well. Right-hand side crumbles. Left-hand side is won by AlphaStar, but there's still 5 Immortals, 4 Archons remaining, and the Oracles were forced to disengage, all on low hit points. The Prism goes down! But you know what? AlphaStar's down to 12 workers. It doesn't matter. MaNa gets some revenge for humanity. Oh my god. He just smashed it, man. I mean, he might have died the first 7 times, first 5 times, but he Groundhog Day'd this shit. And yeah, 6th time lucky there after realizing how to exploit a bug there, but also, of course, AlphaStar not being quite as all-seeing as in the previous version. MaNa there, able to strike one down for humanity. Yet another game where I would have loved to see a DT counterattack. Even though there was a good amount of Oracles out at many points, I really feel like this AI just does not account for DTs coming into its bases. I'd love to see how often it does anticipate and stop those DTs in time. Because from what I can see, it seems like it would really, really be weak to Dark Templar. I think Fear Dragon would 7-0 AlphaStar by just playing some gimmicky DT stuff. AlphaStar's like, I never GG. I'm going to keep building probes. There's always a chance, man. MaNa's like, leave the game, dude. Dude, leave the game. AlphaStar's like, beep, 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 100, 100. Look at it. It's like micro in this probe. It's like, where do I run? Where do I run to? Ah, these zealots are like, nowhere, bitch. They stab those probes. They take that down. The last assimilator is going to go down. And is it no GG? No GG. Oh, BM. The robot's like, yeah, you win 1 game, you stupid little human, you fleshy meat sack of idiocy. Fucking idiot. GG. No GG, no skill. No GG, puck you. No GG. What a whiny robot. Doesn't even leave till the last building goes out and doesn't GG. Disgusting behavior. They didn't even program manners into it. Disgusting. DeepMind, I am offended. You guys, up your game. Stop making BM robots. They can at least take over humanity in the world graciously. They don't need to rub it in. Come on. GG. Great game there. Great series. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed that series of games there. And yeah, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.